One of those now as he heads towards round two, having taken care of the seeded Dimitri Vandenberg. That was our second game of the night. Prior to that, Wesley Blazer had a good win over Lucas Venig, and afterwards I caught up with Wesley. Gerwin Price or Adam Gavlas, of which he will find out his opponent soon, but he very much said to me Gerwin Price is the one he quite fancies. Chris Mason, what have we just witnessed with Dimitri Vandenberg? 6% finish, 1 in 17 I think it was he managed to hit in terms of doubles, outscored, outplayed, outfinished by Darren Beveridge.
Yeah, quite sad. But then also got to give Beveridge credit on debut, and every element of his game, it was very, very tidy. It wasn't spectacular. It was controlled. He played like the guy that I expected Dimitri to play like. I expected Dimitri to use all of his knowledge, all of his experience, all of his talent, but we know he's had a torrid time of things, and his game has been in ribbons, but so has Joe Cullen's. And my idea was that I expected Joe Cullen to do what Joe Cullen did, and I expected Dimitri to do something similar. I thought he'd have, he's not played since October. I expected him to have almost locked himself in a room, very much like a fighter does, in preparation for a huge fight, an opportunity to have honed his skills and got himself right. This is the one thing you've got to get yourself right for, and I just don't know where he goes from here. He's been on the slide pretty much for the last 9-10 months, and I don't see how he reverses that trend. There was nothing that gave me any confidence. There was no sort of nuggets of brilliance where I could go, well, okay, well, he played against a guy that didn't give him a chance. He had chances, 17 of them, and only took one. It was tragic to watch, in fairness. Yeah, it was quite difficult at times. Someone clearly struggling, someone who's not struggling. It's time to go Bunting. Mental Stephen Bunting about to make an entry into this year's World Darts Championship. Of course, semi-finalist last year where he was swept aside by Luke Littler, but here he is back in round one. He's the star attraction of tonight against Sebastian Białecki, the Pole, 22 years of age, and John McDonald is on stage as we're about to welcome the two players to the Oki at Ali Palace.
The players, would you please welcome Poland's World Cup star, a Pro Tour winner and a UK Open quarter-finalist. Please welcome Sebastian Białecki.
My body's ready, my heart's on fire. I'm gonna push you over the wire. Perfect timing, tight as a drum. You find the battles already won. I'm taking hold of every moment, given strength by the breath of life. I'm gonna stake my claim, I'll fight to survive.
This has got to be from some 80s cheesy movie, hasn't it? It's awful.
by Stan Bush apparently, so I'm assuming it is, but the Bolt has made his way to the centre of the stage. The pyros are going off inside Ali Pali. I mean, it's probably one of the more subdued welcomes onto the stage by, I think, the crowd, who are thinking, what on earth is this?
Exactly what I was doing.
But they know what's coming.
Yeah.
They know what's coming with Bunting.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Equally as cringe, by the way.
The winner of the
Yeah, but they love it.
side.
Listen to him.
The winner of 10 PDC titles worldwide, a Masters champion, and ladies and gentlemen, a two-time World Championship semi-finalist. Time to meet the Bullet, Stephen
Well, a former BDO World Champion, of course, and a multiple-time World Master, Windmill World Master, when it still existed in its original guise. A player who started the year off looking unbelievable. Like most players who play in the Premier League, he found it tough going, but showed his minerals by bouncing back and winning a night of the Premier League. But the last 4 TV tournaments has given him something to think about. This is a big ask for him tonight, because he's won 1 game on TV, I think, in the last 4 tournaments.
Well, he's looking full of confidence as he arrives on the Ali Pali stage, arms outstretched, singing along to David Guetta and Sia, and just lapping up the adoration that's coming from this Ali Pali crowd. Arms are in the air, some of them are bouncing, and I suspect they're about to bounce a whole lot more. Oh yeah, there they go. And we're bouncing in here too, but it's not of our own volition.
I mean, he has done incredible. He sort of reinvented himself, and he's got involved with the modern world of social media and TikTok, and he loves it. He loves every part of it. And listen, he made an absolutely dynamic start to the year, but it's just all come undone in recent months. So he's got to get up there and put down a marker and make a bit of a statement. Talks about titanium, he's got to worry about tungsten tonight.
He certainly does, and his opponent, Sebastian Białecki, as I said, 22 years of age, from Poland, first year with a PDC Tour card. He did reach the quarterfinals of the UK Open back in 2022, and the Players' Championship finals he was eliminated in round 2. World Championship, well, Jim Williams got the better of him in 2023. So, a big ask. However, as you say, is Stephen Bunting susceptible? Is he potentially one of those big seeds who may just find life difficult on this Ali Pali stage?
Yeah, I get you, pal. There's fragilities, isn't there? And they don't go away. You have to go out and give a statement performance where that is just completely eradicated, and you no longer think about it. When you're on a run of defeats, and it's equal. When you're on a run of winning games, you feel confident. When you're not on a run of winning games, you feel vulnerable, and he's in that place right now. And this may well be, listen, Białecki, he can play, but I can't ignore his seasonal numbers of 88, which is 10 less than Bunting. That has to come in to fruition. That has to play its part in this match, and Bunting's got to use that.
Well, the winner plays another star of today, Nitin Kumar, who was the first Indian to win a game on the Ali Pali stage.
Incredible story, wasn't it? What a moment of sport. I love today. That is, I've been doing this for 20 odd years, but that was one of my favourite moments of being in a commentary box. I loved every minute of it. And nothing against Veenstra. I had no dog in the race. It was just what it meant and how it was done. It was just beautiful sport.
Well, you weren't with us this afternoon. Extra had 5.
Why not?
5 finishes. Well, yeah, but 5 finishes over 100, wasn't it?
It was brilliant.
Remarkable.
A ton plus finish. He never looked like he was going to miss. Give him 3 darts at double top, and he was going nowhere near it.
Bunting has reached the quarterfinals of the World Championships in 3 of the last 5 outings for him. Białecki, who he plays today, actually made his PDC debut in 2021 at the UK Open when he hit a 9-darter.
I remember it.
Wasn't it?
17, wasn't he, or something
Yeah,
like that, I think.
Who'd have thought 17-year-olds back then were really good at darts as well?
Yeah, who knew?
Bunting then is...
And Bunting, I think we spoke about it earlier. Bunting's got to be careful. He doesn't get caught up in the whole Premier League thing and worrying about... Listen, worry about this. Everything else will just fall into place.
Well, he's opened up with 2 tons here. Białecki is struggling to find a rhythm early on. He's down to 350. Bunting already on 301 against the dart. So
horrible deflection there, but recovers beautifully. 125 down to 176. So instantly put it in on is a Polish opponent, and that's what he's got to do. You just don't. When you're the more experienced and on paper the better player, don't let him breathe. Suffocate him.
250 left for Białecki. Bunting will try and set up a 1 or 2 dart finish here, and actually he's in line for a 1 dart finish as he nails 136 to leave himself double top after just 12 darts.
Yeah, exactly the kind of start he'd have wanted to this match. And listen, he'll be aware. You are aware as a player. You know what's going on around you. You know what people are saying. You know how you feel. And this is the kind of start to a match. Potential 13 dart breaker throw. Nothing potential about it. It is what it is. 13 dart breaker throw. Perfect start for Stephen Bunting.
And realisation on the face of Białecki that he's in for a tough.
Yeah, Bunting's back in, isn't he? Looking good.
Yeah, fills it up with 2 and fills it up with a 3rd. First maximum of the night for Stephen Bunting, and the crowd goes Bunting mental. Welcome
back, Stephen Bunting. Where have you been?
Białecki trying to follow him in here. Just the 1 treble for him, and he adds a 2nd with his 3rd dart. Good last dart.
Yeah, super reply that.
Bunting in again. 5 perfect darts. Make that 6.
Now do not forget, if a player hits a 9, he gets 60 bags. The crowd, someone in the crowd will get 60 grand, and the charity gets 60 grand. Incredible from our title sponsors. Come on, Bunty. 60, 57, 24.
Oh, single 20 when he's on the 1-4-1, and the boos ring around Ali Pali, but he's taken out 97, leaving himself 44 after 9 darts.
He's done the 9, so you got to worry about winning matches. Would have been nice. Happened 3 times, didn't it, last year?
It did.
Cost Paddy Power of absolute fortune.
I'm sure they made it back somewhere along the line, just from your bets alone, Chris.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, spot on, pal. You know.
Double
Bunty
60.
knows. 11 darter to back up the 13 dart break in leg 1. This is special, averaging 125-25, 2 legs deep.
He means business tonight, does Stephen Bunting, and no surprise, those crammed into Ali Pali are lapping it up.
Yeah, they love a bit of Bunting. They've been going Bunting mental all day, so it's only fitting. He is on fire.
He is. Białecki averaging around 76. There's just the 50 points between them right now.
Wow, yeah, you're absolutely, well, yeah.
What can Białecki do about that? Oh, he's got 2 in the treble 20. Can't add a 3rd. Still looking for his first maximum. Bunting already with 2 on the board.
Oh, he's in. He's absolutely looking irresistible, isn't he?
Make that 3.
3 in the last 1 and a bit legs. He is loving it. He's actually been doing a few shows, and you get a bit of inside track on what's going on, and people in and around him have said to me, he has been absolutely on it for the last couple of weeks, and we're seeing that right now, averaging 1-3-2 as he closes in on winning the opening set.
59.
Oh, paltry 59 that time.
Yeah,
takes him down to 1-2-2.
Looks absolutely ordinary, that, doesn't it, now, on reflection of what we've seen.
Białecki on 220, trying to make inroads, and he has. He's got 2 trebles. Can he add a 3rd? No, single 20, but it leaves him on a finish of 80. So
yeah, would have left tops if he'd have found a 3rd treble 20, but 4 18s and ball for Bunting.
Well, he's got 3 of them. He's got 2. He's got 6 of them, in fact, and he tries to finish off with double 7. And he just misses the double.
Well, depending how loud you've got your, I was going to say radio, people don't really, 20.
Double 10 here, yeah. And he's finished it. Białecki, first darter double, and he gets a first leg on the board. Excellent dart from Białecki.
Yeah, it was clinical, considering he's being absolutely put right under it. But again, Bunting in with a 2 treble turn. This is special so far.
Białecki's just started to find the treble slightly more regularly here.
Well, his hand's being forced, isn't it?
Yep.
He has to.
Pressure being applied. Can't help but laugh every time we get a shot of behind Stephen Bunting. The entire crowd is on its feet.
Yeah, I don't know why they have seats, to be honest. They're very rarely sat in them.
274 for Bunting. Białecki on 401. Bunting with a throw this time round.
He's sticking in here, isn't he, Białecki? Fair credit to him, because it'd be easy to just roll over and have your belly tickled the way Bunting's playing. 2 treble 20s from 274, another max. That's 4 in the set.
Leaves himself 94 to take out the first set. Białecki back on 261.
Well, I know this looks like a good set, so don't forget the set from Littler the other year.
9 darts gone, chance for 11 darter here. Misses the treble 18 first dart. Takes out 38, he'll come back because he's nailed 54 and leaves himself double top. Białecki with a 1-2-1 here.
This would be incredible. Single 20, treble 17 and ball. Doesn't get it. So Bunty will be back at tops for a remarkable opening set.
This for another 13 darter to take the first set in just under 7 minutes. Below the wire, 2 10s, nailed by Bunting. If you love your darts, whether it's league night, the local, or dreaming of a walk-on anthem, you'll know the right gear makes all the difference. Target Darts are the brand behind Luke Littler's rise. They've been with him from the start, crafting the innovative, high-quality darts he now uses on the sport's biggest stages. And now, Target have taken the home setup to another level with the Omni Auto scoring system. Instant, accurate scoring and a slick, modern way to sharpen your game. So if you want the same equipment, trusted by the most electrifying young talent in world darts, visit targetdarts.com and get on target.
It needs to be magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Littler gets on target. Magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Littler gets on target. magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Lickler, get on target.
Chip at Ali Pally. It's session number 7 and we are midway through. Still to come, James Hurrell against Stowe Bunts. That will finish us off for tonight. That's once Stephen Bunting has, well, probably finished the job on Sebastian Białecki. He's made the perfect start. 3-1, he takes the first set, averaging nearly 120.
Yeah, I wonder, has he got a table booked or a cab running? I'm not, or maybe both. Yeah, beautiful opening set from Bunty. 4 180s in there. 6 into a 9, winning legs of 13, 11 and 14, and he missed the leg he lost. He missed double 7 on the back of 1-2-2.
60% finish rate in that first set, 100% for Białecki. One dart at a double in that opening set and managed to nail it very well. The crowd are on terrific form here. There's no two ways about it. We're live on talkSPORT 2 on the talkSPORT YouTube channel, and of course throughout the tournament the talkSPORT app, which may come in handy for you if you're at work tomorrow or at some of the afternoon sessions, just to slip the earphone in.
Or if the missus is dragging you around Christmas shopping.
There is that too.
Get your little earbuds in, sneak your phone in your back pocket and go, yeah, well, I'm loving it, sweetheart. Thank you very much.
In order to do that, though, you need to download the talkSPORT app if you haven't got it already. Get it sorted and get it done. We're about to get the second set underway here at Ali Pally. And the darts this time belong to Stephen Bunting. He will get us underway, having won that first set against the throw.
Well, he was brilliant against the darts. With the darts, this is a big ask for Seb.
Well, he's already landed his first treble 20 of this second set. Has Stephen Bunting 10 titles. As we mentioned, Premier League was tough for him. He ended up finishing last out the 8, but he did show the gumption and desire to win one of the nights, and what a spectacular night it was.
Yeah, his numbers, it was one of those anomalies where he played absolutely brilliant. His averages and his stats were as high as those in the top 2 or 3, but he just couldn't find a win. It was one of those things, and ultimately, like you said, he showed his gumption by winning a night.
Twice a semi-finalist here, of course. 2021, Gerwyn Price took care of him in the semi-final. It was Luke Littler last year.
Well, he's not losing to donuts, is he? Let's have it right.
This is true. Of course, he won the BDO World title, didn't he, before, and literally got the offer of a tour card from the PDC back in 2014, and off he went.
And rightly so. He made the right decision, and I'm pretty sure his accountant and his bank manager agrees. 121 starts on 25. It's the 60, double 18, beautiful.
12 darter.
He is looking incredible right now. 12 dart hold, 121 out. He's just ticking every box, isn't he? I was one of the few people. Everyone was really concerned. I literally was. I've known Stephen since he was a youth player, and he's that kind of guy that would have gone away and gone, right, I'll put this right, I'll show you.
Well, you may remember last year, all through the tournament, he looked in terrific form, didn't he? I think we all felt that when he got to the semi-final, however good Luke was playing, we thought, actually, who could push him?
Yeah.
Didn't quite work out like that.
No, and that's darts. That is darts. You can play at your skin and still come second. It's the nature of the beast, and he's maintaining this average. He's producing darts here that no one else has got even anywhere near close to. And this is a guy that's out of form.
That's only his second treble-less visit of the evening. Białecki already up on 6. He's decided to start downstairs because he's on 309 in an attempt to try and leave himself a finish.
Yeah, it's the right play. If he'd have found a second treble 19, he would have gone into the bullseye area. Bunty from 360, 2 single 20s. A rare a rare troublous visit.
It is third, and the average just dipping down to a remarkable 113.
Yeah.
Białecki here with an opportunity to put some pressure on, maybe. He's got the throw with those three. Well, he gets a ton on the board to leave himself 114. Bunting back on 300, the number 4 seed. Just 2 single 20s and finally a treble this time, but advantage Białecki in this second leg.
Yeah, 114. 6 starts at it, finds the treble 20, and may only need 3. Single 14 found middle tops. Oof.
74.
Credit to him, he could be crumbling here, and there's not an ounce of quit in him.
Not the wide move then, it was just outside it. He'll come back for double top. Bunting will try and apply some pressure, which he does with a 90, but still leaves him 110. So Białecki 3 darts in hand at double top. He's high and wide on the first. Below the wire on the second, switches to double 10. And he's just inside the wire again. He'll come back for double 5. Bunting with a chance to steal the leg at 110.
Yeah, you can't afford to do that against this version of Bunting. Single 20 needs a treble. Which way is he going to go? He went 54 for 36.
58. Sebastian, you require 10.
He returns Białecki. Double 5. He's not going to split it. Going straight for it and nails it. Bends the wire outwards, if anything, there. It was right on it.
Longest leg of the match by quite some distance. That was a real off leg. Bunting now needs to just recapture that early form, but a single 20 and a small 3. And yeah, I'm not quite sure what's created this switch, because that was very ordinary in leg 2 of set 2.
Particularly after such an astonishing opening set from him.
Yeah, he's blistering, wasn't he?
That's more like it.
Normal services resumed.
Finds the treble on the first start of that visit, then finds a second, can't add the third, but he'll take the 140 to take him down to 319. Białecki really does need to just up his scoring power a little, hovering around the 88, 89 mark.
Yeah, it's not going to cut it. You're a throw behind. Everything that Bunting's doing is sub 15, hence the average, where Białecki is needing a 6th turn, averaging 88.
59.
What Bunting has gotten, should not allow, is that extra turn he needs.
In a quest for positives, the gap was 50 in the averages. It's now only 20. So
yeah,
I think that's more by Bunting coming down.
The bearer of good news.
The wife always says that. You've always got some good news for me, haven't you? Well, try and find the positives if you can. 260 for Bunting here in this third leg of the second set.
Lovely turn. He was either side of the treble, just moved and slotted it in. Again, indications of a player that's been grafting. He's got the line and the length.
Yeah, Białecki needs a treble, but treble-less visit again. That's his 8th of the evening so far. Bunting wants 160, gets the first treble, gets the second, double top. What can you say about Stephen Bunting? Takes that 160 and goes 2-1 up in the second set.
Never in doubt, was it? Just didn't feel like he was going to miss.
Second ton plus finish, a 121 and a 160 on the board from Bunting, averaging over 108.
49.
This level of play is a match for absolutely anybody. Literally anybody.
Scoring power may have diminished a little at times in that.
He's just gone off. I think because of what's been happening of late, that you do sometimes second guess yourself, and you sort of go through the motions in between being absolutely on it, because when he's switched on, he's on. And I think what he's trying to do is just keep relaxed, and that can just take the edge off.
And again here on 4-4-2 to start with, just 98 to go to the total for Bunting. He's twice lost in the first round of the World Championships, but as we say, he's been at it for a fair while since he got his tour card.
Yeah, he's played lots of them. The odds are that you are going to come undone from time to time. It's one record I'm happy to lose, because I did hold the record of losing to the oldest player ever in a World Championships, and that's gone now, thankfully.
And who was that you lost to?
John McGowan.
Okay.
Mr. Magoo, a lovely man from Northern Ireland. If you're listening in, John, I hope you're well. Yeah, he was 67, I think.
I mean, it's quite remarkable.
That was about my last foray. After that happened, I was like, I think I'm done here.
It's quite remarkable, Paul Lim at 71, because the eyesight must be going a little and all the rest of it. But
brilliant, wasn't he?
Oh, outstanding.
Inspiring.
Białecki here with a chance for the big fish, but lets himself down with a single 5 rather than the treble 20 required.
Yeah, a long way off.
44.
Yeah, so Jeffrey de Graaf has that mantle now. Unlucky pelt. And I don't think that'll ever get beat.
I can't see too many.
No.
Here's Bunting then on 2:01 to set up a potential finish. And he does it brilliantly with a 177. Leading 24.
He is playing fabulously.
Talking about Paul Lim, he's on the breakfast show tomorrow morning with Jeff Stelling and Ali McCoist. Białecki here.
Wants the ball.
Yeah, treble 19 and single 19. Ball to take the 4th leg of this set. No.
His rhythm was upset there because he actually wasn't sure whether one of the darts were at the required target. Double 6 for Bunting for set 2.
Nailed. 3rd dart in his hands. Away from a place in round 2. That's when we return. We'll bring you set 3 as Stephen Bunting looks to conclude victory over Sebastian Białecki here on talkSPORT 2. To the World Dance Championship live on talkSPORT 2 in partnership with Village Hotels with 34 locations across the UK. Visit villagehotels.com. We are 2 sets into our 3rd game of the night and Stephen Bunting is in control here. Reminder, Paul Lim on breakfast tomorrow morning over on talkSPORT. The interesting one there will be Jeff Stelling used to be hosting the darts, probably when Paul Lim was first appearing in the World Championships.
He made the last 16 in 2001 in a PDC World Championship. Made the WDF final a couple of years ago, of course. But yeah, I was playing against Paul in the 90s when Jeff took over the mantle of being the presenter on Sky Sports for the darts. Good pal of mine and a thoroughly wonderful human being. I absolutely adore Jeff. I'm just actually lucky enough to go to one of his birthday parties, and it was rather special, I have to say.
Very nice. All right, for some, isn't it?
Top guy.
Stephen Bunting.
How has he not been given one of these OBEs?
First leg, Sebastian to throw
Good question.
Raised fortunes for charities. Been in just a wonderful broadcaster for so many years.
He is, and he'll be on talkSPORT tomorrow morning from 6 o'clock. If you're up and about bright and early, 6 till 10.
Put it this way, the shoes he left at Sky have never been filled. And won't be. Nobody did it better. Now, lucky for us, he's one of the boys, isn't he?
He is. He certainly is. We're underway in the first leg of set 3. Białecki won Players' Championship 22 this year. Niels Zonneveld he beat in the final.
It was one of those days that, and it happens in some of the events that are a bit far out. Some of the players will go, do you know what, I'm going to have a weekend off or a couple of days off. You crack on, lads. And listen, that's the thing. Fill your boots. You hear a lot of players saying, oh, it's how do I break in the top 16? Well, do exactly what these guys are doing. Travel, commit, and take your opportunities when they arise. And listen, Bunty's been irresistible here. There's very little Białecki could have done about it. He's playing a guy that's now in cruise control, averaging 104.
He does know how to win events. The youth tour was good for him, wasn't it? The development tour, 6 youth events there he won. So he can handle the pressure, but whether he can handle the pressure of the Ali Pali stage and Stephen Bunting piling on, I don't know.
He's going through that little transition now where he's sort of making that crossover from being a youth and dev tour and challenge tour player to being a full-time pro, and that can sometimes take a year, 18 months just to transition and just get used to that level that's upped.
Chance to take out double 10 and take the first leg of set 3, which he does. And Białecki is on the board. First time in the set that Bunting here has got to come from behind.
Yeah, it's a lovely leg, 15 dart, max in the leg as well. Hold the throw.
135.
I was going to say, in the second set we had an 18 and a 19, didn't we? Which was very different from the opening set.
Unheard of.
Białecki with a chance to respond to an opening ton plus.
The big difference between what we're seeing Bunty do here, that he may have the odd throw where he's I'm going to see one here. Just missed the treble 20, find the treble 3 right in the corner, and then a single 19. But more often than not, when that happens, they'll back that up with a 140 or a 180, and that's just it's just learning your trade. And this kid has got bundles of ability.
137.
As he shows with a 137. 12-point advantage. Bunting with the darts.
Yeah, he's just getting him at it here.
41.
And back-to-back poor turns.
He's just lost a little bit of his rhythm, Stephen Bunting, but it's like you say, he was losing his rhythm and suddenly he takes out a 160. So when you've got that quality...
You've got that in the locker, haven't you? It's lovely to draw on, but Białecki here in control of this leg and potentially in control of the set until Bunty, all right, found the treble 20, didn't follow it, only a ton, down to 177, so still advantage to the young Polish player here.
He needs to knock some of this 2-1-1 off in style, really, so we'll need a big treble. Gets the treble 20 with his second dart and then follows it in with another, so the 140 then leaves him 71. Bunting can't finish on 177.
Well, all he can do is apply a bit of pressure and try and ask the question, and he's not done either. So treble 13 for double 16. Single 13 found, 18 for tops. 18 is nailed.
51.
Tops is far from nailed, long way off.
No, Sebastian, that was a long way off, wasn't it?
Flashed at, wasn't it?
120 for Bunting then. He'll start with treble 20, which he misses, but he gets the 20 and go treble again. Single 20 once more. He's left with 80. He's not finishing. And Białecki will come back looking for double 10, which is exactly what Bunting has left himself should he get another dart in this leg.
Which he doesn't.
Second leg, Sebastian Białecki.
16 dart breaker throw, 2-0 up in the set.
Not many Sebastians on the stage at Ali Pali, are there too often?
No.
Very posh name sounding. Sebastian.
Sebastian, yeah. Very much still a working class sport, of course. Yeah, you wouldn't get too many Sebs, would you?
No, we've had a Dominic today and a Sebastian. Bunting off and running in leg 3. 2 down in this third set, and well, the average of scoring is showing it. Białecki 95. The average in this set for Bunting so far only 85.
Yeah, he's fell off a cliff here, hasn't he? But credit to Białecki, because it's his continued pressure which has put Bunting on the back foot.
Should we call it he's fell off for Lazarenko? Is that the shorthand for that one?
I like it.
Bunting redeems himself with a 1-3-4. Good covering shot to land a treble 18 with a third dart.
Yeah, he's just trying to halt the progress here from Białecki, who's playing beautifully. Another 140. His 8th. He's out 140ing Bunting at the moment, but Bunting's out 180ing him, but not for a while.
Bunting on 308. No, those 4 came quite quickly, didn't they? And we haven't seen one.
No, we haven't seen one since.
185 for Białecki here. We're disappointed with that first dart as it drifts into the 1, but he redeems himself with a treble 20.
He's showing a fabulous temperament here. Like a lot of players would have just, like I said, folded. He's just sort of waited until things have started to go for him rather than against him.
I would say probably in parts of the second set and in this set, this is the Bunting we've seen kind of at various points at the back end of the year, isn't it?
Where he's looked vulnerable. 54's found, 50 left. Single 18 leaves 32 for the set.
Nailed by Białecki, who takes the third set. And 2-1 Bunting leads, and this wasn't in the script, particularly based on that opening set from Bunting, but he's still 2 sets to 1 up, and he's got the darts here in the 4th.
Well, he's been blitzed for 2 sets, hasn't he? And I love this character he's shown. He averaged near on a ton, 98.02 in that set for Białecki. Bunting, 89.79, and that's on the back of averaging, well, up around 120 in set 1 and 93 in set 2, and he's gone down to 89.79 in set 3. Is this a trend? If it is, he's going to leave himself vulnerable.
Just 11 between them now in the averages. As we said in the first set, that gap was 50. Lands a treble and 100 on the board. Białecki on 401. So he knows he's got to break through at some point in this set if he's going to remain in the World Championship.
3 previous meetings between the two, all gone the way of Stephen Bunting. He's just got to watch himself here, that's better.
It is. He's down to 216. Białecki on 308, but he has got 3 to come, and immediately switches over to treble 18 in order to try and give himself some kind of finish.
58.
But it's just 58 off the total.
Down to 250. 216 Bunting with the darts. Single 20, awkward, it's low, he's moving left. Oh, well, he has to come somewhere else now. Oh dear, Stephen.
Well, his average is down below 100 for the first time in this match.
Since leg 1, 13 darter in leg 1, 11 darter leg 2, 14 darter leg 4.
Białecki letting him off the hook here though with just a 60, and both struggling in this 4th set just to find any rhythm at this moment in time.
Well, for me it feels like Bunty's just panicking a little bit because of what's happened in the last few months. He's second guessing himself, isn't he?
Certainly appears to, but he has set up a finish here of 76, so a 2 dart finish on the cards for Stephen Bunting. Białecki needs to put some pressure on that, and he does, because he finds a treble. Another one would be nice, and he gets it, leaves him with 50. Should Bunting not take out 76?
Yeah, Bunting only may get one dart a double here. He's going to get 2. Double 8. Oh, awkward. He's going to have to go high. Top corner high.
Outside the wire. Chance for Białecki to collect a 4th leg in a row. Just requires 50. Goes the route of 18. Double 16. Takes the first leg of the 4th set. And it's fair to say the pole is on a roll.
Checks in the post pal. Beautiful.
Here we are, leg 2 of this 4th set. And suddenly, what looked like a steamroller, we've got a game on our hands.
We have. We certainly have.
The crowd know it too. They've quietened down a little bit, haven't they?
Yeah, they understand that Bunty is just literally, he's gone.
Again, 41 scored.
It's 6-6 in legs. It's 2-1 in sets to Bunting. He still has a big advantage, but in terms of leg play, it's 6 apiece.
Well, a set 4 average at the moment. Bunting on 75. I mean, Białecki's not much better on 85, but it makes a difference because that's around his kind of match average.
Yeah. And that means you're sort of in and around 16, 17, 18 darts. 75 is up round 20. Well, it's 20 darts is a 75 average.
And also 15 treble-less visits each. So in that respect, the quality in terms of regularity of hitting the doubles has dropped for both players now. But there's 2 there from Białecki.
But for Białecki, that sort of happened in set 1.5, set 2. This has all come since set 2 for Bunting, which has allowed Seb right back in this contest, and he's right back in it. 60 from Bunting, 300. Białecki 210.
But body language from Bunting here is not good, is it? He's exasperated with his darts. Białecki, in the meantime,
just gone about his business quietly, hasn't he?
Well, he's left himself 110 after 12 darts. Bunting back on 300. And a shake of the head after the first dart, because it's landed awkwardly below the treble 20. And yet again, the next one, not the best, but a good cover shot with a 57.
It's low because he's trying. So he's engaging muscles and tightening up on the grip. Well, it's a 1 from Seb, so the shot's off, but recovers beautifully.
59 left.
Well, he went for a 17 and was closer to double 3.
He was, sorry, 49 left, so he's got 46, 203 for Bunting, who starts this time down at treble 19, hits a single 19, moves up to the 20s, and then a dart that just comes out the board that's thrown with real kind of gusto and fury by Stephen Bunting. 46 for Białecki to take a 2-leg lead in set 4.
And 5 on the spin. Oh, double 8.
Just outside the wire. He'll potentially get another opportunity, but Bunting, well if he took out 164, he would be ridiculous.
Yeah, it would come from absolutely nowhere, wouldn't it? We've seen nothing in the last 5 or 6 legs that would suggest that this is going to go.
And it's not, because he misses the treble 19. He scores 98 though, so it leaves him 66. But Białecki, double 8 then, 4 5 legs in a row. Misses again, awkward dart. Has to go above it, and he does. Białecki.
Third leg, Stephen to throw first.
Needs one more leg, and we are tied at 2 sets apiece. And you're shaking your head next to me because this just shows darts, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, listen, for 2 sets, he was irresistible, wasn't he? Don't worry about the first set where he averaged near 120. The second set, he had a 12 dart with a 1-2-1. He had a 160 out for a 15. He hit a 177 in the leg that clinched the second set. Since then, it's like a light switch that's just been turned off.
To be fair, I thought we were out of here. I thought 3 sets will be done.
Same.
We can step out the oven. Bunting then, 401 for each of them. Just searching around the hockey just to try and find something. First time in ages he's hit 2 trebles in a visit in the 60.
It's been a minute, hasn't it? Wow.
Białecki back on 401. First dart was poor in the 1. Retrieves it though with 2 treble 20s. And he continues to do that and keep the pressure on Bunting, who has the darts in this third leg of the fourth set. But again, Bunting
91.
struggling to find the treble 60, goes down to treble 17.
Yeah, rescued the situation well there. Down to 170. Seb back on 280. Oh, and he's had a horrible deflection there. It has ended up in the 20 somehow, but gets treble 19. So again, he's just keeping Bunting honest, and he's way off there. Treble 1. It's right in the middle of the treble 20 and the treble 18. Does get a treble 20 to leave 87.
Białecki on 183. No finish, but a chance to apply some pressure here if he can find a couple of trebles. He can't. A 20 and a 7 so far. Needs a treble, gets a treble 20. So he's on 96. Bunting, though, could take out 87 here.
Yeah, it's just enough to make Bunty think, well, I need to get it. And he does. 87 out. Holds throw to win the third leg of the fourth set.
And Sebastian now needs to hold his own throw to take this to a deciding set. And he started confidently with 2 treble 20s. Then just slides off the barrel into the 5. But a good start from Białecki, who's ahead in the averages in this fourth set. Bunting, again, can't find the treble 20. And the cover shot's not up to much either, 2 single 19s. The pressure is telling on the bullet. He may have said before the game that he was titanium. Well, titanium, can it, no, you can't break titanium, can you? But I think we've broken Stephen Bunting here. You said he needs to concentrate on tungsten.
Well, yeah, that's it. That's the only metal he's got to worry about. Finds a 140, down to 303. Advantage still with the player who has the darts, and that's Białecki, 295, single 20.
Needs a treble here.
6.
Door is slightly ajar.
I'm not going to go there. I'll end up going into gases rather than metals. The only thing I got an O level in is life, pal. That's about it. 99 from Bunty, down to 204, so just chip it away.
Indeed. 235 for Białecki. Single 20, needs a treble here. Bunting's had more treble-less visits than him now on 18, but that's another one for
remarkable as well, isn't it,
Białecki.
with the way it started. You wouldn't have called that.
Chance for him to steal the darts here. 204 for Bunting. Białecki on 194. 58 only for Stephen Bunting. Białecki now, well, it was a chance to steal the darts he has in essence, but 194 for the pole. Only 39 scored from his first 2 darts, but then redeems that with a good cover shot on treble 19. He's down to 98. Bunting with a finish. 146 to tie things up in this fourth set, 2-2. The Wasp is back. It's on the shoulder of Białecki as well.
That's a lucky charm. Leave it there.
It goes treble 19, misses both times.
39.
Scores 39 from 146.
Horrible turn there from Bunty. So treble 20, double 19, straight at it.
Oh, we're going to a decider. Sebastian Białecki delivers treble 19, and from 2 down and down and out, the bolt is now level against the bullet.
Well, talking about going down, this is more Titanic than titanium, isn't it? I'd love to. Well done, Cubs. 1-0 for you, pal.
Yeah, producer Matt gets the credit for that one. So here we are, final set.
6.
And Białecki has got the darts, and that was a really
And
nice
he's got the wasp.
close-up. Yeah, he's got the wasp on his left shoulder. We saw
There's
Ross.
a sting in his tail.
It is Ross Smith.
Well, he got rid of it, and then it all went Pete Tong.
He was going well up to that point, until he decided to shoo it away. Bunting finally gets a treble 20 and a second. Can he get his first 180 for an Eon? He can. His 5th of the game.
Well, he's not hit a 180 for 12 legs.
Extraordinary, Stephen Bunting.
135.
Well, it is, considering it 4 in 4.
Białecki has left himself without a finish, down to 166.
That's okay. It's not too much damage done, because Bunty with 60 leaves himself on 201. So 6 darts at 166. Just keep this simple, son.
And that's what he's done through this entire game, isn't it? His demeanour, his manner, while Bunting's been huffing and puffing and waving his arms around and shaking his head, nothing like that from Białecki.
Spot on.
Even when he was in big trouble.
Yeah, he's given him nothing to build on, or he's never given him any kind of sign of weakness.
Bunting,
Where Bunting's been giving out some terrible signals.
106.
straining there to that 59. 106 for Białecki then.
Can still do it.
He can.
51 and ball.
Oh, he's
Oh,
gone in the wrong
next
bed
door.
again. 2 darts in the wrong bed.
34. Stephen, you require 142.
First time he's looked a bit edgy, that.
72 left for Białecki. Bunting could take out 142 here. Oh, he goes for the double 11 and just inside the wire.
Wow, that would have came against the run of play.
It would have said
72. Yeah, 72 left. Not sure what the confusion is.
no, Kirk, the court referee.
Sebastian, you require 72.
It is 72.
Trouble 16 for double 12. Single 16 found. Needs another. Gets it. Tops. This is huge.
Nailed by Białecki.
Sebastian Białecki.
Takes the first leg of the deciding set with the darts.
And this sort of performance sums up Stephen Bunting for the last 3 or 4 months as he pops in another max.
The heat being turned up on that Ali-Pali stage, and Bunting responds.
He has no choice. He is in a world of trouble here.
41.
Białecki again, pressure just telling. Bunting, 4 perfect darts followed by a treble 1
83.
and a single 20.
And the 180 was great, but that 83 was really, the way I look at it, it was really tight in the shoulder. They were quite erratic darts. 2 treble 20s from Seb.
440.
Eats into the lead that Bunting had got up, but he still has a healthy lead here. The number 4 seed. Good cover shot for treble 19. And it leaves him with 142. Sebastian Białecki back on 320.
Felt like he needed a max there, didn't it?
He did. He'll only get 45 as well. So
142.
plenty of time for Bunting to take out 142 here potentially. He'll have at least 6 darts.
Nearly did it in the first leg, didn't he?
106.
That's tidy. Leaves 36. 12 darts thrown on throw.
It's what you need to do in a deciding set, isn't it? 13
Well,
darts to hold throw.
We're yet to have a tiebreaker. That's jinxed it.
430. Then you require 36.
2 18s then for Stephen Bunting, and he's on the board in the final set, one apiece. 13 dart leg, very good from the number 4 seed.
Yeah, much more efficient leg from Bunting. It was an 18 darter from Seb in leg 1. So now we are where we are. 2 sets apiece, 1 leg apiece.
96.
And 96 from Białecki.
Nothing to separate these two as things stand. Only maybe a bit more composure from the young Pole than we're seeing from Stephen Bunting right now.
He looks the calmer of the two. Yeah, he's the player with the least experience of the two.
Bunting's average down at 96. Obviously, we've already seen Dimitri Vandenberg be dispatched earlier tonight. Is Stephen Bunting going the same way?
Yeah, it'd be in a different manner though, won't it?
58.
Very much so.
Well, that wasp is getting closer and closer to his skin. If it goes down his collar, he's in a world of trouble. He's going to end up getting stung.
And he's landed 2 treble 19s. And it leaves him on 176, Bunting back on 384. So it's going to be advantage Białecki here, you feel?
58.
Do we celebrate the Wasp or do we celebrate Sab?
It does seem to have some kind of magical powers.
It does. It was on David Cameron when he made that incredible comeback against Richie Edhouse.
140.
Beautiful.
Leaves himself 36.
Oh my goodness, Bunting. How on earth has he ended up in this situation?
Well,
97.
he's just thrown that second dart away then, hasn't he?
36.
He's on 229. Białecki double 18. Well, that has landed near the double top. I think he made a mistake there, miscounted, wasn't listening, and the nerves just getting to him. And he's missed the 2 darts at double 18.
I don't even understand how he thinks he's left tops. That kind of thing, you know, can make you unravel.
Bunting, 229, 2 treble 20s, make that 3, 7th of the match, puts the pressure on the young Pole.
Well, he's hit a 180 in every leg of this match in the final set.
Long way off double 18 again. But he nails it with the second dart. And now he just has to break Bunting's throat to send the number 4 seed tumbling out of the World Championship. Bunting with the darts then in leg 4. Starts with a 1.
41.
41 is all he can manage. Białecki, will he start to feel the pressure? He has looked so composed, so calm. At this moment in time,
11 score.
he only scores 11.
Yeah, 2 treble 1s right in the corner next to the treble 20 and a big 5.
Bunting almost has a grin on his face as if to say the pressure can tell, but what can he do?
Not
and
a
the
lot.
answer is nothing, yeah.
Yeah, this is...
Have you seen a player unravel like this after such a dominant first 2 sets?
Not a player of the experience of Bunting, no. Well, there was no reason why he should have A, changed anything, or B, started to force it. When you're 2-0 up and you're cruising and you're calm, you just carry on. Keep calm and carry on. But it was almost like he was eager to improve on what he'd already produced, and he didn't need to.
Both players struggling. 28 treble-less visits for Stephen Bunting compared to 22.
Yeah,
for the
50
Pole.
between them.
95.
Good 95.
A good last start there.
Yeah,
wasn't
he's just got to stay in touch here and just hope for a mistake from Bunting.
Bunting wins this leg. We're going into sudden death. Your favourite, Chris.
108.
For the very first time in this championship, says Bunty, it's a 4th 180 in this set.
8th of the match for Bunting. Just 1 so far for Białecki.
161.
161 then to take it into the tiebreaker.
And time on his side.
Gets
Treble
the
20's
treble.
found. Rightly stays there. I don't know what they're cheering about.
Leaves himself double 16.
Tell me you don't play darts without telling me you don't play darts.
Białecki, can he put some pressure on? Lands a treble 20 first time. Oh, he's trying to move the Wasp out of the way. Oh, don't lose him.
That's the end of it, mate. He's done.
Oh, and the first start after goes into a 5. So no finish,
32.
which means Bunting's got an E on here to hit double 16. Misses with the first. Misses with the second. Just adjusts his position. He's going to try and get it in the top, and he does.
Stephen Bunting.
2-2 in the deciding set.
With the score standing at 2 sets all, 2 legs all, the match must now be won by 2 clear legs. Should the match reach 5-5, the 11th leg will be a sudden death.
Beautifully explained by
Sebastian to throw
our
first.
Octo
Game on.
countdown legend, Kirk Bevins,
He is. And,
who I constantly mock about being a train spotter.
doesn't love a train, does he?
57.
Oh my goodness. I'll tell you all about that, pal. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Yes, we will go abroad and he will go off and go
140.
Writing down numbers of trains, a fascinating hobby, I'm sure.
I've never met a real life one of those.
He's right up there. Although I do like that quite funny fellow who does the trains. He's a bit of a
140.
bit of an internet celebrity, isn't he?
I know who you mean.
Yeah. But at
Just
least
can't think of Francois.
that's
is it?
him.
Yeah,
That's the boy. At least he has a bit of fun doing it. I've unfortunately been on the same platform as Kirk while I've gone, oh, mate, what are you doing? Oh, don't, I'm writing down train numbers. Oh, okay. Ta-da. 318 Bunting. 304 Sebastian Białecki, who comes up dry. Remember, gotta win by 2 clear unless we get the 5-5, and then it's something or bust.
And it will be the pole who has the darts. If we get to 5-5, if we get to 5-5, Bunting with another 180. He's just turned it
fifth
up.
of the set.
He's averaging this set now at 98.8, above his match average.
85.
Both on finishes here, Bunting on 138.
And this will be a break of throw, which means if Bunting can convert this opportunity, which he may do, treble 20 is found. Opted to stay there for double 9 and then fluffs his lines. All he needed was a big 18.
He's left himself 46. Białecki with a chance here. If he could get the treble 20, he doesn't. It's a single 20. And then a 5. He needs to redeem himself with a treble here, and he fails.
Right, 46 for Bunting. This is a break of throw. All he has to do is simply hold. It sounds easy, doesn't it?
2 16s, and he gets it.
14 dart leg is boy Tobias giving it the full beans.
Do you think someone thought that was a victory because the pyros have gone off?
Someone didn't get the memo. That's hilarious.
Game on.
Not listening to what Kirk Pevins had to say.
No,
clearly.
obviously.
Bunting in front then with the break, 3-2, and he's got the darts to try and wrap this up. Remember, unlike the people working in the alley pally who look after the pyros, it's 2 clear legs to win this 5th set.
If he wins this leg, you can really go to town with him.
Well, they probably wasted him now. There's probably none left.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're all gone. They're burnt out.
Only recharging or refilling. Good start to this leg from Białecki, who's going to land a 140 to put some pressure on Stephen Bunting. His average has dropped in this 5th set. Bunting, though, now finding the treble 20 with more regularity.
Yeah. Ton followed by a 140 down to 261, a ton in front. He will be desperate to get this over the line. He has been put through the ringer. Led 2-0 and looked irresistible, looked unplayable.
I think, as we said, nobody had touched the kind of average in that first set that we saw from Stephen Bunting.
No, nowhere near.
He's showing that kind of form again now. 2 trebles. Not a third, though, but he leaves himself on a finish of 1-2-1 for the match.
Yeah, and Seb is way back on 303, so 7 19s here to leave 170. 9 leaves 132.
133.
Leaves himself the big fish.
121.
So you're going to go ball first here.
Probably the route, isn't it? Gets the 25. Leaves himself 96. Gets the treble. Double 18 for the match. Oh, he's
That's a route. That's a route he's already done and taken out already in this match.
107.
He did that in the opening leg of set 2. No. Single 20, shots off, so Bunty will be back. 3 in hand, double 18 for a very hard fought out victory and a place in round 2.
Here comes Stephen Bunting, 2 18s. He's about an inch off outside the wire, but he doesn't miss with the second dart, and Ali Pally goes Bunting mental. But boy, has he had the fright of his life on this stage from Sebastian Białecki. But Bunting does sneak through in the end by 4 legs to 2 in that final set. The first time in this World Championship we've ended up going into overtime. And Stephen Bunting, when the pressure was on, he raised his game. He finishes with an average of around 96 and a 50% hit out on the doubles. Couple of high finishes as well, 160 and 1-2-1. But boy, did he make hard work of that, Chris Mason.
Yeah, he certainly did. I mean, for the first 2 sets, he was irresistible. And then it just all unraveled, and that's an example of why things have gone wrong for him. And there's 10 points different in the averages. It shouldn't have even been a contest, but credit to Białecki. Set number 3, won in 15, 16 and 15, averaged 98 in that set. Hung tough in set 4 and took us all the way. I know no more about Bunting's game than I did before this match, and that's got to be a bit of a worry.
Nitin Kumar awaits in round 2 in what should be some occasion here at Ali Pali for Stephen Bunting. But the number 4 seed goes through just about and will live to fight another day after a 3-2 victory. James Hurrell against Stowe Bunce is our final game of the night. That's coming up real soon when we come back right here on talkSPORT 2.